I had lent my BF some money few weeks ago because of something he needed, and he promised to pay me back ASAP. He was supposed to pay me back 5 days ago, but something came up and he didn't. I tried to be patient. Yesterday we had planned to go out with some friends at night for dinner. Yesterday after I came back from work I was robbed in the bus, and I had all my money and cards stolen. I cancelled my cards, but the bank customer service told me my new card with my new details, both physical card and the digital details for Apple Pay, would be available the following morning because the banks were closed that afternoon. So I had no money. When we went to dinner with my BF and friends, I told my BF if he could just pay me back the money or at least pay for my meal, since I have no money. He didn't exactly say yes or no, just a simple don't worry. As we ordered, he only ordered for himself and told me that he can't cover for mine at the moment, so I better not order anything and just have some bites from his meal. I was so mad and frustrated because he had promised to give me back the money. He then claimed something came up and couldn't give them back, but then ordered a nice meal for himself and just told me to get his scraps because he wouldn't pay me back or at least for my meal. I'd be the only one sitting there with no meal in front of me. I said this is ridiculous, and I got up and left. Our friends now believe it was very low of me to get up and leave and how I should just be polite and stay there. I can't quite understand that logic, but is there any way I'm tar? Excuse me, your friend said what? OMG, I would be fuming. Your boyfriend completely humiliated you and your friends, who were there, don't see this as a problem? Dump the boyfriend and the friends, NTA. Yes. They also said I ruined the mood and caused a scene by leaving, and I made it awkward for everyone there. Excuse me, what? Walk out of that restaurant and his life. You shouldn't have had to ask him to pay for you in the first place if he was aware you had lost all your belongings. And saying don't worry implies he'll take care of it. Geez. Leave him and don't look back. And forget the friends too. If they knew you had been robbed and your BF told you to eat a few bites of his meal, they should have offered to buy you a meal. They could have all chipped in if it was too much for one person. That's just sad that they all expect you to sit there while they eat. He owed you money. He should have paid your meal and not had one himself. This man is not worthy of being your boyfriend, and frankly unless the friends didn't know the truth of the situation, they are awful also. NTA. Yeah, she should have been eating, not him. NTA. NTA. After just being robbed, most behavior is a bit forgivable honestly, so you could have been far worse, and I'd still say NTA. Considering you had just been robbed, even if he didn't owe you money, I think he should have bought you dinner. Hell, I think your friends should have offered too. It's an unusual situation to be in and a bit of a traumatic one, and it's clear you weren't trying to mooch off anyone. Offering you a few bites of his meal was shocking behavior. Even if he was skint, which his meal choice suggests he wasn't, he could have ordered something small and got you something similar, ordered a larger plate and split it in half, or offered to not eat in solidarity with you and eaten somewhere cheaper with you. So many options were open apart from the one he chose. Edit for grammar. Skint? Can't say I've ever heard that word before. Is it short for skinflint? NTA. You may want to consider your relationship here. Did you tell your friends or BF that you were robbed? If yes and they acted like this, then they are not your friends. Edit typo and NTA ruling. Wow, maybe I should go study for my fake law degree. To individuals thinking I'm actually studying for the bar, it was a joke. I only qualify for audit judgments. Even then I could be wrong. She was robbed, and instead of comforting her and paying for her food, he relegated her to a dog eating scraps from him. If he indeed didn't have money to cover for her, he could have ordered the food for her as an empathetic gesture, not to mention he owes her. NTA. Opus. Sorry about the robbery. They were expecting you to sit there and watch them eat. Definitely NTA. Like, that's not weird and awkward? Someone just sitting on their phone, hungry because they can't pay for s***** after getting robbed across from someone who owes them money and could at least pay them back in the form of a meal. NTA. You deserve so much better. Telling you to not worry and then tell you that a bite of his food would be fine is such an a-hole move. And the so-called friends thinking it was low to leave. Op needs better people in her life. NTA your friends actually believe it was very low of you to leave, and how you could just be polite and stay there. Your boyfriend is a total ass, and you need new friends. When the bank gets you your new card, get some new people in your life too. They all suck. Tell them the awkwardness they felt was guilt for being such friends. NTA but you are in desperate need of a new boyfriend and new friends. NTA. If I were out with my partner and I could only afford one nice meal, but he was broke, through no fault of his own, I would have consulted with my partner and chosen a large dish to split or appetizers or 2 cheap meals. Anything other than how your BF behaved. Heck, I'd have offered to get you something small on my own dime if I were just one of the friends at the table. Getting robbed sucks. It's called empathy. He told you not to worry then pulled this crap. He's the asshole. I'd buy my wife the meal and nurse a cocktail all night. If asked why I wasn't eating I'd say I had a big lunch. NTA. Your BF is a mooch and your friends are ours. They thought you should just sit there with no food and take bites of his? How absolutely insulting. If they wanted you to stay they should have all pooled together and pay for your meal. Not hard to figure out on their parts. I would have left too. They thought you should just sit there with no food and take bites of his? Honestly, I'd probably have agreed and then just grabbed his burger or whatever when it came and stuffed myself. But I can be petty like that, and I realize it's not a healthy way to communicate in a relationship. NTA. What's wrong with your BF and friends? You're just supposed to sit there starving watching everyone else eat. No one offered to pay for your meal this one time after you were robbed. Instant such harsh PPL exist. If this happened to me, I would be livid and really reconsidering how much time I'd invest in these friends going forward, and I'd straight up tell the BF either be better ASAP, or if he can't, it's time to leave him. NTA ditch the boyfriend and chalk up what he owes you to the cost of this valuable lesson in putting yourself first from time to time. Since the friends didn't offer to pay for you, they can't complain about you leaving, and boyfriend could have let you eat and him miss out, or you both could have had sides and cheaped it together. NTA. It appears that you not only need a new BF, but also new friends. Your BF should have just ordered you something and not eat himself, and your friend should have also felt this way. Or better, they should have fronted your BF the money. Why didn't he buy your meal and sit there with nothing for himself, seeing as that seems like an okay thing to do? NTA. Would have been interested to see if the friends paid for his meal then. I suspect they would have. Info. Were these people his friends originally, or yours? And does the friend group ever try to exclude you? I don't understand why he is going out for dinner when he hasn't paid you back, and he didn't say that he had no money to pay for your meal, just that he wasn't going to pay for you. He and the so-called friends are complete arse. My ex owed me money and had money to take out his new girlfriend he cheated on me with, but didn't have the money to pay me back. He said I was being petty when I pointed that out. Your BF doesn't seem a lot better, honestly. When people owe you money and are choosing to go out and spend money on frivolous things instead of paying you back, that's disrespectful. Him ordering himself food and leaving you with nothing is disrespectful. He cares way more about himself than you. Info. Do the friends know about you getting robbed or him owing you money? Or do they think it was literally just about him not buying you dinner? Edit. Found the answer further down. Yes, they did know. They suck too. Also, NTA. Get better friends including the BF. NTA. Your BF and your friends are who expects someone who was just robbed to eat scraps while out at a restaurant. I'm so sorry, what an awful experience. Yeah, F that. That's messed up. I hope they learn that's not the way. NTA. In any way, I'm so sorry you were robbed and everything was stolen. How stressful. I would be getting that money back as soon as possible because his priorities are off. NTA. Not only do you need a better class of BF, but better friends too. NTA. The hell? He couldn't even at the absolute very fucking least share evenly with his GF. NTA. Dump the boyfriend and ditch the friend group. None of them have your back. WTF. Your friends are as bad as your BF for saying it was low of you to leave, so they would have all sat there eating their meals while you sat drinking water? I'm fuming for you. NTA, ditch the scrounger and find new friends. NTA, ditch him. This doesn't sound like something a partner who views you as an equal and cares about you does. See the signs. Get out while you still can. Don't loan him more money. NTA, you should leave him. And ghost the friends as well. NTA, and dump him. That's not how any so is supposed to act. That was love him to say the least. Good group of friends there. Is this an example of your relationship? I will cut both of them, BF and friends.